Friends, it is interesting to note that the parable of the weeds in the field was proclaimed by the Lord from the rooftops. Yet, the parable was explicated in the inner rooms, so to speak. Perchance, in such fashion, the importance of sitting at the feet of the Divine Master, contemplating His words in the silence of our hearts, is brought to the fore. While taking to heart the Matthean explanation of allegorical details of the parables, the following thoughts and sentiments are given prominence. First, within each one of us, within human society, and even within the church, there are warring forces, conflicting, opposing factions. Why? Because the demarcation line between good and evil runs in the heart of every human person. Each time we choose to obey God, we must anticipate the certainty of finding ourselves ranged against Luciferian powers and being pilloried by their wicked surrogates. Kindly find time to pray over the letter of Paul to the Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 12. With discernment and forbearance, we must resist, in this world, we must resist the twin temptations of, one, the temptation of usurping divine judgment through puritanical exclusion. Kana ganing kitay mo pili, dili na siya, kay makasala na. Kana siya, dili na pwede, kay dautan na siya. Hypocritical exclusion of other people. We should avoid that. Then the other extreme also must be avoided. And what's that? The temptation of pandering to evil through passive indifference. Kana ganing makaingon tangawa na tayo mahimo inani na ginindagan sa kalibutan. Di sad na mao. We must hit the balance. We don't judge, we don't exclude, yet we just do not sit idly doing nothing with the evil we see around us. Easier said than done, my dear friends. Finding the balance is really difficult. But with God's guidance, we can do that. Third item, mga kaigsuunan, or fourth rather, we must, take note, we must sustain our journey, our quest for ongoing conversion and everyday holiness by allowing the gospel to challenge the way we live and the way we love. As a conclusion, my dear friends, we need to think about this. When the Lord said, "Whoever has ears, let them listen. Whoever has ears, let them hear." He was not hinting at some anatomical considerations. No. He was actually talking about the importance of really listening to His message and then learning its message. That's how important it is to listen and then to learn. Many times we hear, but we don't learn. We listen to God's word, to His message, and then we learn. What's the message behind it? What's the meaning behind it? What does the Lord want me to accomplish through this particular message? Please find time to pray over Hebrews chapter 2, verses 1 to 4. The gospel narrative about the parable of the weeds in the field, my dear friends, gives us an assurance. All our efforts in this world are not wasted. The Lord considers them. The Lord is very much aware of them. And so let's just continue to do that which is good, and as much as possible, fight evil. Resist evil while avoiding hypocrisy and being judgmental.